Are you a real estate managing broker or a broker who is starting their own real estate brokerage and looking for information on real estate brokerage software? Then this video is for you. Today, I'm going to break down 5 real estate brokerage software recommendations. Let's get started. If this is your first time visiting my channel, thanks so much for stopping by. My name is Carrie Jonicas, and I am the proud owner and a transaction manager at Amplify Transaction Services. If you would like to learn more information about how we can help you, you can visit our website at www.amplifytransactions.com. The first broker compliance system that I'm going to show you is called Skyslope. This is inside of one compliance file for a transaction that is under contract. And you'll notice that documents have been submitted by this paperclip here. And then you'll notice that the broker has reviewed it and it is now green and says completed. If there's anything that is either required or missing or something needs attention, it will either say here required, or it will I think it says like, it might say something like review, or it's a different color, it's not green, and then a comment would then be listed over the side. So you'll see here that this one says that I need to upload a pre-approval letter here, and that is required for the file to become compliant. Skyslope is very clear. I feel like it's really user-friendly. So this is a great broker compliance system that you will likely enjoy using if you are looking for a broker compliance system. The system that I'm going to show you is called Command. Now this is a Keller Williams specific broker compliance system. It is fairly easy to use, fairly similar to Skyslope. The setup process is different, and I feel like the commission part of the system is not as user-friendly as it is in Skyslope. So you'll notice here that this one was a listing. So there's listing side documents, and those have been submitted. So in Command, you do have to submit the documents after you enter them. Whereas in Skyslope, it's just you upload the document and it automatically gets submitted to the brokerage. So here, when we have uploaded everything and we're ready, then we will hit submit. You have to do this at different stages of the transaction, so it is a little bit more work in Command, because once you go under contract, you're going to have your under contract documents that are required, and then once you close the file, you are going to have documents that are going to be required for your brokerage to submit in order for you to get paid. And once you submit those documents, you have to submit it to your market center. There is also a tab called Offers and Commissions, and that's where you will enter what your commission will be, and that is how the brokerage is going to pay you based on what the details are on that commission tab. They will also usually, depending on which state you're in, provide a disbursement agreement which goes over the information that was entered in on that commission tab. It is a little bit more confusing, especially when you have credits involved or transaction coordination fees. Those can get a little bit confusing of how to enter those, whereas Skyslope, it's very simple. It's you just put it on this one line and you're done. There's not a whole lot that needs to be done to finagle anything. Just the way that the wording is in Command is a little bit more confusing than it is in Skyslope. What I'm going to show you is Dotloop. Now Dotloop is also a system that you can use for sending out signature requests to clients, but it can also be used for broker compliance. It's fairly easy because your documents are already in that loop, so it's just a matter of submitting the correct documents to your brokerage. The problem I find with having the compliance inside of Dotloop is that it's not always as visually friendly in what is required in some brokerages. Some brokerages have it aligned very nicely where there is a template that shows what the required documents are, and that can be super helpful. But a lot of the brokerages I find do not have those templates, and so if you have a new agent who is onboarding with you and you are hoping to get them to submit the correct documents, of course they're going to know that a contract is required. But if you have any broker specific requirements, such as a wire fraud or an earnest money disclosure or affiliated business disclosure, anything like that maybe they're just not used to, and that is your brokerage specific documents, it will be really difficult for you to be able to know that your agents are going to be submitting the correct documents if you don't have a template. So it's really important that you would have a template. And when you're considering different softwares and what might be best for your brokerage, the thing that I will caution is you're probably going to get a lot more mess to you with Dotloop than you will with some of the other systems, because you have very specific things that maybe you are asking for, whereas inside of Dotloop there's probably a mess of documents. I've seen, of course, as a transaction manager, I have seen a lot of different Dotloop accounts and agent accounts, and so I know that they can be pretty messy. And so if I was reviewing that as a broker, it could take me a lot longer to get through the documents that I need to look through when I am using Dotloop as opposed to using another system. So when the agent is ready to submit their documents, they'll click that submit for review button. It's also harder because sometimes they might have the documents in their loop and they thought they submitted it, but then they really didn't. So I feel like something like Skyslope, where if they upload it, it automatically is being sent to you. They don't have to do anything else. You're going to get a lot better quality and you are going to get things a lot faster than if they have to take another step and click that submit button. However, again, everything is right in there, so they don't have to go to another system, which is also really nice. The system that I'm going to show you is called Real Smart Agent. Real Smart Agent is used by HomeSmart real estate agents, and it does have its positives, and it also has, quite a few cons to it. I will say that there is a lot of information and it is not very visually friendly, and it really is not even very user friendly either. So this is kind of what it looks like here, and it'll show you the documents that are required that have not been submitted, and then documents that have been uploaded and have been reviewed. And then also it will show you a compliance review, so you can see if there were any comments or anything. You would be able to see them here. But there's a lot of quirks to inputting a new file that you have to do in order to get to the point of even submitting documents. It is a lot harder to set up a file for compliance than a lot of the other systems. So any of the other systems that I have gone over, I would say Real Smart Agent is the most time consuming of any of the systems that are that you could potentially use for compliance purposes. And the last broker compliance system that I'm going to talk about today is called Intelliagent. Intelliagent works pretty similarly to Skyslope in that it does show you what is required for compliance. However, there are a lot of quirks to this system that you won't find on Skyslope. Some of the quirks have to do with creating the commission statements, being able to upload additional documents. So sometimes there might be maybe an additional addendum or something that is needed. And if it is not on the broker's checklist, you would not be able to upload it. So it doesn't give the agent the option to upload additional documents that may actually be required. So on the broker side, that's actually not a very good thing because you may want to have those additional documents. However, I guess it is a good thing as well because you're not going to get a lot of that extra fluff that you would probably be seeing if you were using, say, Dotloop, because in Dotloop, because that is your document signature platform, you literally have everything under the sun in there. Whereas when you have a broker compliance system that is specific to the broker compliance, you're only seeing the documents that are required. Now, I still feel like it is a negative not being able to allow the agent the opportunity to upload additional documents because, again, like I said, sometimes there is an additional addendum and the agent may forget to reach out to you to let you know that there was an additional addendum, and that's something that you probably still want to have as part of your accurate records for compliance. I hope this video was helpful for you. If it was, please give it a thumbs up. And if you would like to stay in the loop on all the tips and tricks about organizing your real estate business, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And please stay tuned because I will have another video on the best real estate brokerage software. Thank you so much for stopping by, and I will see you on the next one.